All right. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. Happy to see you guys. So, as always, on Wednesdays, um, we do three things. We start with learning from others, so wisdom from others. And the way I've chosen to do that this time is to pick a book from someone that I find inspiring. And this time is from Dalai Lama's Little Book of Wisdom. Read something. We don't have to agree. And this is important. Just because someone famous says something does not mean that we have to agree with them. They're not necessarily right. I do find it's interesting to hear their point of view, and then we can process it or we can think about it. We do not have to agree. That's important. After reading wisdom from others, we do a physical practice. The physical practice is often, my understanding is like the mind is traveling, or the mind can travel all over, but the body is always here. A physical practice often helps the mind and body to align. And then when we've done the physical practice and the mind maybe have come into the body a little bit more, we end with the meditation where we're trying to align body, mind, and spirit. And by focusing on the breath, the mind can get, or that's how we kind of train the mind, because the mind wants to go all over the place and create all kinds of stories, but the mind cannot multitask. We cannot multitask. There's nothing like, there's no multitasking going on. We are shifting our attention from one thing to the other. And if I keep my attention either on the breath or on the thoughts by Dalai Lama, then I'm training my mind to stay focused on one thing instead of going all over the place. That's the idea. Okay. So now I'm going to read from Dalai Lama. If we examine our mental world, we find that there are various mental factors which have both positive and negative aspects. For instance, we can look at two types which are quite similar. One is self-confidence, and the other is conceit or pride. Both of them are similar in that they are uplifting states of mind which give you a certain degree of confidence and boldness. But conceit and pride tend to lead to more negative consequences, whereas self-confidence tends to lead to more positive consequences. So I'm going to read this again before we do the meditation. But now let's take your seat and do the physical practice to maybe help the mind travel from wherever the mind is to the present moment and this body. Okay. Sitting up tall, maybe lifting the heels, lifting the toes, reminding ourselves of the connection to earth, using the sense of touch. And then maybe if you want to, you can bring your awareness to your sitting bones, feel the two sitting bones, maybe shift the weight from side to side. So you have a right side and you have a left side. And when we balance the two sides, like these two opposite forces are balanced and aligned, good things happen. If you want to, you can place your hand on your belly. My teacher calls the center of the body the pit of the belly, and the pit of the belly goes in and up, and gives you internal support, allows or encourages the spine to grow. Maybe listen to your breath. If you want to, you can keep the hand on your belly and notice how the breath has an impact on your body, on your physical body. Maybe on the inhale, the belly is expanding slightly. And maybe on the exhale, the belly is releasing in towards the spine. If you want to, you can imagine how the shoulders are releasing down and out on every exhale. And how the neck is kind of getting longer. So on the inhale, the body is expanding. And on the exhale, the shoulders are releasing down and out, and the neck is getting longer. Maybe imagine how the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky on every exhale. So on the inhale, there's an expansion. And on exhale, there is a release and a growth. And maybe imagine on the inhale, there is an expansion. And on the exhale, there's a release where the shoulders goes down and out, and the neck gets longer. The sitting bones are yielding to earth, the gravity, and the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. So your body is kind of moving in two directions, if we let it. And then if you want to, you can place your hands on your knees and then gently start the cat-cow movement. And we do this every Wednesday. Maybe you've done this 1,000 times or maybe 10,000 times. And yet, every time we do this, if we pay attention or when we pay attention, the movement is slightly different. Every morning when we are lucky enough to wake up, something has changed. We are slightly different. And everyone else is also different. The world is different. And here you have a choice. You can choose to move slowly, or you can choose to move fast. And then eventually finding your way back to neutral, and then wake up the fingers and hands. And I'd like to think about my hands and myself and others as blinking, bubbling stars. Blinking, bubbling stars. In yoga, we talk about a 6-pointed star, arms, legs, head, and tailbone. So a 6-pointed star. So if you want to, you can play with the idea that you and everyone else around you is a 6-pointed blinking, bubbling star. And then bring the arms all the way up, clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And then reach, reach, reach. Notice how you feel this in the arm, maybe on the side of your body. Maybe notice how you're using your feet to make this movement. So for me to reach up, I need to yield to earth, and I get the power and the support from the earth. I get the support I need and stability from the earth, and that way I can reach up high. And then turn to one side, let the arms go wide, let the fingertips move away from each other, breathe. Maybe notice how it feels to breathe in this twisting motion. For me, it's harder. Maybe it feels different to you. And then release. Lift the shoulders up a few times. And then let's do the blinking, bubbling stars again. All the way up, clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And bring your awareness to your feet, and then use the support from the earth to reach up high. So use the support from the earth to reach up high. And then turn to the left. Let the fingertips move away from each other. Look behind you. Breathe. Inhale, the body is expanding. Exhale, and the shoulders are moving down and out, and the fingertips are moving away from each other. Your arms are getting longer. And then release. Lift the shoulders a few times. Okay, now take the fingers, all 5 fingers, and then imagine paint. So place the fingers in paint, get the fingers really full of paint. And then we're gonna follow the recipe for 3 times. 3, 2, 1. And then you can do whatever you want as long as you don't harm yourself or others. As long as you don't harm yourself or others. You can paint whatever picture you want. It can be 1 color, 2 colors, many colors. And then back to neutral. Look at your other hand, all 5 fingers. And then find paint. Feel the texture of the paint. Is it thin? Is it thick? What kind of texture is that paint? And then follow the recipe to start with. 3, 2, 1. And then you can do whatever you want as long as you don't harm yourself or others. And then find your way back to neutral. Maybe take a moment. If you want to, you can place your hand on your belly again. Just imagine the pit of the belly going in and up, in and up. Maybe bring your awareness to your feet, lifting the heels and the toes. This is a great place to be. When things get overwhelming or confusing, or there are lots of emotions, or you don't feel anything, going back to neutral is a great place to be, like a restart. Notice how the physical body is moving with your breath. Maybe bring your awareness to the crown of the head as reaching up. Maybe notice how on the exhale, maybe imagine like water is running down the neck, out the shoulders. The shoulders are releasing out and down, and the neck is growing. And then if you want to, you can bring the arms up in cactus, and then start the twisting motion. Is there a favorite desert that maybe you visited or that you would like to visit? Or maybe you have created like a little mini desert in your backyard with some sand and some rocks. And then from the desert, maybe we need some water and let's go swimming. Could be a little puddle. Forward and then backwards. And then knees and elbows connect. So knees and elbows are different, but they are similar. They are different, but they are similar. They are dividing those long legs and long arms in two. Helps us to bend. So they have the same function, but they're definitely different. And then if you want to, you can cross the midline. So opposite knee to opposite elbow. Notice how the pit of the belly goes in and up. I want that internal support when I do this. And then if you want to, you can do a balancing. You can hold it here, hold it, maybe get that other foot off the floor. And then you could try the other side, hold it there, and then maybe get the other foot off the floor. And if you want to, you could try both knees up. Breathe. And maybe you want to move around a little bit. And then release back. Blinking, bubbling stars again. All the way up, clasp them, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And this time, stay here for a few moments. Now notice on the inhale, imagine how the body is expanding like into a ball. And on the exhale, how the sitting bones are yielding into earth and how the palms of the hands are reaching up towards the sky. So inhale into like a ball. Exhale, release down and up. Inhale into a ball. Exhale, release down and up. And then eventually let the arms go wide, finding airplane. Neck is long, shoulders are releasing down and out. So your fingers are moving away from each other. And the only way for that to happen is to release the shoulders. Not easy, but still possible. Okay, inhale, turn the palms up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale, maybe look all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, look towards the floor. One more time. Inhale up. And this time, exhale, and then bring the arms behind you. Hold on to something there. Could be your wrists, forearms, elbows. Let's do this. So whatever way you're holding, now switch your grip. Switch your grip, because we have patterns, habitual patterns. So, and sometimes it's a good idea to change them up a little bit. And let's stay here for a few moments when you're now holding your arms a different way. So that's going to open the shoulders a different way. And allow the energy in the body to travel slightly differently. If you want to, you can close your eyes and bring awareness to your breathing. Maybe notice how the belly is expanding like into a ball on the inhale. Exhale. Sitting bones are releasing down, crown of the head is releasing up. Let's stay here a few more moments, no rush. Maybe instead of the belly, maybe bring your breathing up to the chest area and the shoulders. Imagine how you're breathing into your shoulders and the shoulders turn into like a ball. Exhale and release. Inhale to your upper chest, allowing the upper chest and shoulders to become like a ball. Exhale and release. Try that a few more times on your own. And then release one arm, bring it up and over, place it behind or in between the shoulder blades, and kind of feel your heart, feel the back of your heart. And then release the other arm and place it on top of the first hand. Imagine how you are supporting your own heart. How can you support your own heart? From the back, supporting your own heart. How can you be your own support? And then release down. And then place the feet as wide as the mat, so wider than the hips, and then transferring the weight from side to side, just reminding ourselves that like there are many ways to see this being, but one way is to see the two sides. The sides are very equal. They look more or less the same, but not completely. I have a right side and I have a left side, and there's a midline. And these two sides are connected. And sometimes maybe I lean too much to the right, and sometimes maybe I lean too much to the left. But my goal is to kind of go all over here and notice what's going on here, and then come back to center, go all the way over here, notice or explore what's here, and then back to center. And then I can do the same back and forth, back and forth. So explore the world here, go back to center, explore the world behind me, and then back to center. And then maybe create a circle, exploring the left, the front, the right, and the back. And then maybe I'll try the other way. And after we have followed the recipe for a while, we're like, okay, got this. And then I'm going to create a new recipe, and I can do whatever I want as long as I don't hurt myself or others. Maybe you want to lift one leg off the floor and explore the world with just one leg on the earth, or maybe one leg and one arm. And then maybe you want to try the other side. And then eventually coming back to neutral. This time, if you want to, you can place big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, like Tadasana feet, and then lift that right knee, creating circles, opening up the hips. We have a lot of memories there, so we can, if we have memories that come back, we can bring them to the surface, we can explore them, And then we can say, how can I, if this happens to me again, how can I deal with it better? And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together, lengthen the spine, breathe. Maybe inhale, imagine that the body turns into a ball. Exhale, release, and allow the growth. You can stay here if you want. You can release the hands to earth, drop the head, let the head be super heavy. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, place that right foot on the left knee. If you want to, you can use your fingers to open up the toes. Maybe move the foot, up and down. And then if you want to, you can use the elbow to gently guide that knee out wide. Seated pigeon. Maybe lean forward. And find a place that works for you right now. And then slide the knees together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn. Look behind you. What did I learn from the past? If I found myself in a similar situation, how could I handle it better? And then release, untuck the knees, and then lift that left knee up, creating big circles, one way and then the other way. Stepping out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. Maybe imagine how on the inhale, the body turns into a ball. Exhale, release, and allow change to happen. If you want to, you can release the left hand to the floor and then the right hand to the right knee. And then from here, you can inhale, expand into a ball. Exhale, lengthen the spine, and then press into the hand and look up, helping the body to turn and see new perspectives. And then try that again. Inhale into a ball. Exhale, release, turn, and see new perspectives. And then release down. Come back up. Fingertips together. Stay here for a few moments. And then release the right hand down, left hand on left knee. Inhale expand into a ball. Exhale, lengthen and turn, maybe look up towards the sky. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release and twist. Maybe you can see someone else's perspective. We don't have to agree. Just see it. And then release down, let the head be heavy. Inhale, come all the way up. And then place the left foot on the right knee. If you want to, you can use your fingers in between the toes. Open up the toes. Maybe move the foot back and forth. My teacher doesn't really recommend doing the circles. She prefers this movement. She might be right. I don't know. To me, this feels better. And then using that elbow to gently guide the left knee out. And then slide the knees together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn. Look behind you. So if you found yourself in a similar situation that you did in the past, how could you handle that differently today? And then release and come back to neutral. Okay, so let's work on the legs. So coming up to stand, or like checking that the seat is fine, coming up to standing, and then pick a number and you're gently gonna connect to the chair. I'll pick 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then sit down. And just imagine if you did this every day, that number would probably change. Okay, and then try again. Pick another number. I'll pick 10 again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then shake it out. And then we're going to transfer the weight forward and up. And now we're going to stay standing. Blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over. And then some side bending. Notice how we use the feet and the hands. I'm using the support from earth to reach up. So the earth and the universe, they help me. And then let the arms go. Let the arms go. Maybe bend the knees. Maybe turn around, letting the arms go. And then allowing the knees to come up and play. Knees and elbows are connecting. They are different, but they are similar. They're different, yet similar. The function is more or less the same. It's just one works with the legs and the other one works with the arms. And then if you want to cross the midline, and then maybe place the hands on your hips. Give yourself a kick in the butt. Sometimes that's all we need. That's all we need. Like Maybe I'll invite some over to go snowshoeing in my backyard. Well, right now there is no snow here, but and then lifting that leg out to the side. Noticing how the external hips are engaging, and then lean and lift, lean and lift. And some days maybe I need to keep that big toe on earth. I'm still working here. I'm still preparing the body for a balancing posture is pretty stressful for the body. So there might be days that I want to practice, but I want to keep my big toe on the earth. That's perfectly fine. And other days, maybe I want to explore lifting that foot off the floor. That's also okay. And then back. Okay. Thinking bubbling stars. Now spread the fingers. Now push fear away. Push fear away. Push it away. And then the fear is going to come back. It's going to come back. Imagine, let fear have a color. Notice the texture of the fear. Like, what color is it? Notice the texture, and then push it back. Push the fear away. Push the fear. And maybe you're going to feel like a mud is coming through the finger or something. Push it away, push away. Maybe you have to close the fingers and push it away. Maybe you have to make sure that it stays away. And sometimes some kicking helps. And it's going to try to sneak in from the side and from the back, but you're going to keep that fear away. You're going to keep that fear away. You can see it, you can touch it, but you're going to keep that fear away. And eventually, it's going to be gone. Amazing. Okay. Now it's easier to do the sun salutations. So let's do 3 sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Small bend in the knees to protect the lower back. And then inhale and come all the way up. Exhale, down the midline. That was 1. 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Small bend in the knees. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, down the midline. That was 2. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Small bend in the knees, all the way up. Exhale, down the midline. And then stay there, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. And then release. All right, let's step back to warrior 1. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, the right heel comes off. Take a big step back, find the earth behind you. Everything is facing forward. Add some blinking, bubbling stars. And then place your hands in your back pockets. If you want to, you can bring your awareness to your heart space. Breathe into that heart space. And then transfer the weight forward, pick up that back foot, pick up the opposite hand. Stay there. And then maybe reach that hand forward, maybe add some movement. Maybe take the bind. And then release back down to neutral. Bend the knees to protect the lower back and come back up to standing. Inhale to chair. Exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back, find the earth. Blinking, bubbling stars. Blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pockets. If you want to, you can bring your awareness to your heart space. Breathe into that part of your body. And then transfer the weight forward. Pick that back leg up. Pick the opposite hand up. Stay there. Maybe reach that hand forward. Maybe add movement. If you want to, you can take the bind. And then release the feet back together, bend the knees, and come back up to standing. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, the right heel comes off. Take a big step back. This time, open up the pelvic half for warrior two. Warrior two. One hand in the past, one in the future. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. And then bring all that knowledge to the future to plan better or to prepare yourself for a better future. How can I handle things differently? And then back to the present moment. What can I do right now? One thing that I can do right now. Hands on your hips, straighten that front knee, release the hand down or to the chair for Trikonasana. Maybe bring the gaze up towards the sky. Who do I need to be to get where I want? Who do I need to be? Bring the gaze down, rebend the front knee, finding warrior two again. And then place the hands on the chair, pick up that back foot. Take the same hand off the chair. Maybe just a little, or maybe a lot. That's your choice. Maybe you want to add movement here. Maybe you want to take the bind. And then bring the feet together, bend the knees, and come back up to standing. Other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back. Open up the pelvic halves. Finding warrior two. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. What do you remember from the past? Is there a memory that comes back over and over again? So if that happened again, how would I deal with it better now? How would I deal with it differently if it happened today? And then coming back to the present moment, what is the one thing I can do right now? What is one thing I can do right now? Hands on your hips, straighten that front knee, release the hand, either down or to the chair. Maybe bring the gaze up towards the sky. What kind of blinking, bubbling star do I need to be to make that happen? What kind of blinking, bubbling star do you need to be? Bring the gaze back down, rebend that front knee, finding warrior two again. And then hold on to the chair, pick up the back foot. Maybe take the same hand off the chair. Maybe reach, maybe add movement. Maybe take the bind. That's your choice. And then bring the feet back together, bend the knees, and come back up to standing. Hands on the chair, spread the toes, release the knees, stay there. Just allow the feet or the toes to open up. Add some blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pockets. Find the heart space, breathe in. What does your heart need right now? Release, untuck the toes, bring the knees wide, big toes to touch, and then find child's posture for a few moments. Inhale, come back up. Clasp the hands, create that triangle. Tuck the toes, engage the core, lean into your support that you just built, and then bring the knees off and find dolphin posture. Bend the knees, come all the way up to standing. And then we're going to move on to the seated meditation. Okay. So I'm reading again from Dalai Lama. And remember, just because someone is an authority or famous does not mean they're always right. We do not have to agree with them. We can still learn from each other. If we examine our mental world, we find that there are various mental factors which have both positive and negative aspects. For instance, we can look at two types which are quite similar. One is self-confidence, and the other is conceit or pride. Both of them are similar in that they are uplifting states of mind, which give you a certain degree of confidence and boldness. But conceit and pride tend to lead to more negative consequences, whereas self-confidence tends to lead to more positive consequences. So with that in mind, we're going to do about like 6 minutes of meditation. So finding your seat, sitting up tall, checking in with earth, pit of the belly, crown of the head. And then if you want to bring your awareness to your breathing, and maybe reflect on self-confidence versus conceit and pride, if that's helpful to you. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe move your head from side to side. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. If you want to, you can place your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. Maybe bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guide, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together once again. Namaste.